Ian. Sheila.
Yes.
Morning.
Morning.
It is money day.
This is morning day.
No, it is money day. Money.
By the way, it's Monday. Money day.
Yeah. By the way, there are people I know who trade. Unaona, most of the time
Uh,
market kama ili close hapa tuseme on Friday. Kuna watu huamkia Monday kutrade kutoka hapa kwenda chini, and in many currency pair it happens by the way. Hebu tuone. So unaona kama hii imeenda chini kiasi. So kuna watu huamkia ni Tokyo market, mtu ana trade hapa hivi.
scalp.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's kind of scalping, but this happens from around 3 in the morning to 7 in the morning. So msee ana make pips yake na do yake poa asubuhi, alafu anashindwa, nyinyi mnasema nini?
Wow.
Ani wasaderiva.
Mi uko na account na derive.
Watu wanaamkia saa 9 asubuhi unapata mtu halali.
Maze, which is bad, but it happens. People now, you see, there was a time I used to trade to the Tokyo market, and ilikuwa poa, very few pips, but it is very.
Sasa Juma, Tokyo market kweli inakuwa na movement. Unaangalia like inakuwa ranging sana.
Inakuanga na kama movement kama aka. Unaona aka kama movement ka retracement, aka kana happen sahi. Aka tunaweza sema ni Tokyo na Sydney market ziko responsible for this.
Ni wasako na pesa kidogo, si ndio?
But now ukiwa na a very good ukiwa na a good lot size, unaweza make a good some good money before akina London markets open, especially by the time 7 inafika 8 ndio unaanzanga kupata sasa, kunaanza kuwa na spikes tuna change, but most of the times hautakuwa very wrong with this. So karibuni guys, back again. Let's continue with our analysis. So tumesema for the Aussie dollar, we'll be looking for some sort of retracement, and then we'll be looking for more higher highs or more buys to this area. Unless you have a question, you can always chat us on the chat box as we continue, so that we'll look into it. Same to the Euro USD, you can see to analyze, we say the same will happen. So the USD JPY, this market was indecisive again last week. We were not sure what to buy. Kama ni scalper, wale kuna mtu mic yake nini konaeka?
Ni
Eric. Sawa. So we'll be looking for this market. We've been looking for any signal that we are in a bearish or bullish market. Tukiangalia in a daily chart, tunaona the bulls had taken over. In the 4 hours chart, it is a ranging market, a tricky one, which we can also say has some sort of an inverted head and shoulder. right? We can get a number of scenarios here. We can say these are head again and the shoulder. We have a lot of scenarios that we can drive from this, but in 1 hour's chart, which we are mostly interested with, we had experienced a lot of resistance going up, and so we said that we'll be keeping off this market for now until we are sure of the direction of the market. So on Friday, the bears took over during around the range. So it's not like they're out of the range, they're just inside the consolidation area, as you can see. So until we get a good breakout, again, we still stay the same. So there are high chances that this area will come to challenge the resistance area. But again, since we are in a very indecisive or in a consolidation area, I would suggest that we keep off this currency pair, the dollar yen.
Juma,
Yes.
like where you have placed like the horizontal line at 109.317. Actually, me, if tulikuwa tuweke like I'm looking much more, ingekuwa more appropriate tuweke pali hapa this zone.
Abu highlight.
Nisha highlight.
Oh,
like
ilikuwa it was not we did not highlight these in our analysis. Unaweza highlight tena ama nikuweke?
Yeah. Lower kiasi tu. Hapo. Hapa katikati tu kidogo. Wewe ilikuja ikaretest it.
You iliform a week, though hizi pia zilikuwa weeks.
So unaona like sasa we are on a clearly defined range sasa, like kuna a point of origin where tulianza.
Yeah.
Like tulianzia hapa.
Yeah.
Let me draw it. Hii ni ya kwanza penye tulianzia na tuka hit once. Then tuka confirm that kwamba ni holding support, tukaenda lakini haikufika huko juu. This time tukakuja tuka confirm once again, lakini sasa tukaenda tena tuka hit huko juu na huko juu tena. Hope unaiona hiyo.
Naiona aka nayosema
yeah.
Ndio tutapata.
Yeah, sasa tunaweza sema like huko juu tusha hit mara 3, huko chini tusha confirm kwa mara 3 pia kwamba that is the support. So we are in a range kenye tuko na resistance zone na support zone. So tunakuanga like methods ku trade obvious ranges, ndio?
Yes.
Like because a range obvious ni ya maana. So like what can we look now for ni this market irudi confirm kwamba ile support yetu ni the support, ndio?
Yeah.
Like the bears warudisha actually the market to that low because walienda to that high lakini kakataliwa. So this time when alishort kutokea hapa, alishort to this low, ndio?
Yeah.
To this low ya kwanza. Yeah. Then kutokea hapo sasa juu this is our support zone na tusha confirm kwamba kila tumehit mara ngapi, once, twice, mara 3. Yeah. So this time what can we look for at the support zone? So this time kama tuta bounce chini yake, ndio? What can we tunaweza look tukisha break below the support actually to come to retest it, alafu this time tuendange chini nayo. Sasa tuendange tu chini nayo vizuri, but actually because this is a support zone na tumeshakubali kwamba ime retest mara 3 na actually ime hold,
unaona vile inakaa even in 4 hours.
So kitu kingine tena tuangalie, tukisha confirm kwamba this is the support zone again mara ya 4, actually we go to that high again. Yeah. It is just a simple range. Sasa kama tuna range tunacheza from that zone, tuna buy from the support zone, tunaenda to the resistance zone. Tuangalie like we are just looking for breakouts. Na unajua pia tukitafuta one range ita breakout, tuseme sasa like this one, it breakout below that range actually to take this 110 to 109.46, like those are how many pips?
They are good pips with the yen. Let me see.
The measurement.
Kutoka hapa mpaka hapa.
measure to from the low 109.56 hadi juu hadi 110. $67 pips, si kabaya.
Yeah, it's good. Those are good pips. Those people, by the way, you can take advantage of a consolidation area, and especially when you know that it will take some time to break out. In most markets, to realize 1 week performs very well, the other week in a form some sort of a range. Now that this consolidation happened last week, this week we must have a breakout either way. But it might happen later during the week, but it will happen. So this is what has been happening in the market lately. If you've been looking at the market closely, you will notice that when 1 week moves very fast and we have high momentum in the market, the other week there is possibility of having a consolidation area. So we'll be looking for, you can look for some buys once we reach here and we are unable to breach this area, and it can also happen in the middle of the trade, what we're looking at this area. So
Sasa tuseme Juma,
yeah,
tukielekeanga to that support zone, actually to reduce the volume of the market. When the sellers actually are coming down, actually to reduce the volume to totally. The volume to jange low, ndio ukiona like when the volume itaanza ku reduce, actually inaanza ku signify kwamba the selling pressure coming to that support zone actually ina reduce. Actually when the volume ita reduce to that support zone, actually inaonyesha kwamba kunaweza kuwa na kuna more chances of actually the market turning at that point. Lakini sasa tukidrop na high volume, hapo sasa inakuwa tricky.
Yeah, but unaona tuko na some high volume hapa pia, but we can't really count on it because it is inside the consolidation area. I think we look at more analysis, and especially with the elite community. Angalia hapa, when coming down, there is always some high impact ama some high momentum. Iko na momentum hapa. Every time the bears get into this market, they have high momentum, while the bulls struggle. You can see the formation of the candles. They are not that powerful when they are coming up, but they are really trying to hold onto that area. The bulls are really trying to breach this area, and even at some point they try to hold at this area, but they are unable. But still, we are still in the consolidation area. We'll be watching out these two areas that we've highlighted. See these two horizontal trend lines. We'll be watching out very closely these two. Once we breach either one of them, then we'll look for either sells or buys. But for now, the dollar yen, we are so undecided about it, though we can trade the range, the consolidation. So the euro card, hapa ndo tulishinda last Friday, right?
Yeah.
So hii ilikuwa homework na tulikuwa na hii our resistance area was this area. This was our resistance area. Tukasema if we breach this area, we will continue comfortably with our buys. But until then, we cannot confirm that it's our buy. We said if we breach this area to the downside, then we'll be looking for sells. This is what happened since we lastly met. So sijui kama kuna kitu tunaona different about this area. Ian,
tuliweka tu kwa watch list. Still on the watch list.
Tukasema tuta watch.
Lakini mimi naweza kuambia like imeanza kuwa tricky hapo juu. So nakumbuka tukisema like tukiendanga hadi hapo juu tunataka kuangalia the resistance juu tuko na head and shoulder pattern.
So for me, like I said, I'm still in the bullish market, this market. Remember, ilikuja na ikapita. This was an area of interest according to me.
Yeah.
And once we breached this to the upper side, you can see that it had actually formed it had actually, unaona hii area ilikuwa SNR area where ilikuwa na ilikuwa support ikikuja chini na ilikuwa resistance ikienda juu.
Distance.
But it was able to breach this area. It was comfortably. That means since hatujatoa this guy, if you remember, since we've not been able to go lower below this guy who activated the buys, then we are still in the buyer's market. So for now, we can experience this sort of a range, a sort of some formation. But in the long run, for me, I'm still looking for the buys. But like we said, until we breach this area, we will not confirm any buys because we are still in an area of interest. The market has been having some sort of formations, you can see. So we'll be looking for more buys though, for me, but later during the day or during the week. So as for Eurocard again, we are a bit undecided. For the oil imekuwa ikiperform very well until on Friday we were able to hit our take profit. So what were oil, by the way, and you know oil has very good peak value. The peak value of oil, kama if you're a trader of oil and gold, and these are my azikosangi kwa my watch list, then this was a good setup, a good V, and since to exhaust our V, we do not want to think of it as a sell, but the most probable thing is it will come back to this area this week before we make higher highs, because we said once we breach this area, which was our last take profit according to our analysis, we'll be looking to make higher highs. But before then, there is a possibility of retracement to this specific area where I drew this bar.
Ebu,
let me prolong it.
Acha sasa ni take over from this one. Ebu zoom in penye tulikuwa. Penye tusha hit the profit.
Unaona, this 1 hour.
Yeah. So like, unaona Juma?
Yeah.
Kwa prices, like when price action wakati tunasonga, like we are going up, actually sometimes kuna kuanga na where kuna scenarios where the market actually gaps.
Kama sasa.
Yeah. Kama sahi, like actually hapo hivyo kitu inamaanisha actually ndio hiyo gap inamaanisha kwamba there was a high buying pressure. Inaonyesha kwamba the bulls actually took the market actually by surprise hapo na wakachukua the market higher. Actually kitu inatusaidia from that perspective ni actually the bulls actually were to support sana to hit that TP, that take profit. Sasa but now we got on this zone, like sasa tushapata now a very nice zone kwamba tume gap. Like a gap ni simple. A gap inaweza kuwa tu a small, like bora tu ni a small pips, tunaweza pata like a gap ni a 2 pips. Like bora tu the opening and the closing of the previous candle na the opening of the current candle actually inamaanisha kwamba like kulikuwa na a small price gap. Sasa kama hii ni a huge one kwanza, where the market will close. So nieke please an horizontal ray on the close kwanza, on this point hapa high na on this low hapo hivyo
hapa.
Yeah, ray
na close ya this candle
hapo yani tu penye li close hapo chini
hapa.
Unaona like venye hiyo gapping ni kubwa
sana.
So I want you to take, unaona penye 69.25 iko. That will be our now current resistance. That is the close of the previous candle. Sasa hapo ndio the candle actually penye ili gap actually the buyers. Hapa inamaanisha tukienda lower time frame unapata like kuna buyers wali gap sana wakaenda actually up. Na this time wakafungua higher points, like unaona where the open of this candle iko. Actually this candle opened much higher na ikaenda juu, alafu the sellers actually this time kuja chini. But ukiona like this one, acha tu niita gapping, ndio tutaenda 4 hours tena nitakuelezea on the 4 hours actually what it is. So the 69.25 line hiyo ndio sasa inakuwa the current resistance. That is the highest point of the price gapping. So kama tutatafuta this market actually kuja juu hapo hivi juu, hatutaki this market close above this point. Tunataka tu this market range to this point juu. If the bulls come hadi wakipita hapo juu on the 1 hour actually we don't want them to close above that 69.25 level.
Yes,
Hebu nipeleke 4 hour uangalie like what the 4 hour is happening on the 4 hour.
very true. So
4 hours.
yeah, so in 4 hours, in 4 hours, this is how it looks in 4 hours. You can see this was a gapping, a very big gapping. By the way,
Like
while
where
very
ili open hapo juu, si ndio? On this 4 hour ili open hapo juu kwanza.
Yeah.
So kwa candlesticks, the partners wanaitanga this candlestick counter attack line. Like ni counter. Like unaona venye kuna kwanga nafuta venye watu mnaachiwa wote mnakuja like defense yote yenyi wote mnakuja hapo like mnaachiwa wote mkuja mshambulie like these buyers hapo hivyo maachiliwa wote washambulie like you throw everything you have actually. Na tukumbuke kwamba tuko on a very large resistance zone kwanza like these are very large SNR area. Juu tuko na the first point kuna place to change polarity kwanza.
Actually tunaanza huko. Yeah.
So alafu tukapata resistance hapa hivi resistance like sasa hii candle tutaita counter attack like this is a counter attack candle where actually venye futa tu kuanga mimi nitakuachia tu kuja unishambulie on my defense, lakini kitu moja nitaachia tu striker wangu ni kitu moja, nikisupply ball kitu nitafanya tu ninawaachia tu mnapigwa na speed na actually mnafungwa bao. So hapa hivi the same thing tu
kama vile watu wa Man tutawafanya sasa tuko na Ronaldo.
So hii simple, the buyers walikuwa nakuja na very nice momentum up, no? But kitu wamekuja wakapata hapo hivyo ni a counter. Sasa wamepiga counter sign of the sellers. Sasa hatujui what will happen, lakini what we know in the market too, actually the sellers wamepiga counter asset. Nitakwambia tutaona tu like in the next sessions how they come, lakini actually this time inatuonesha the buyers wako na kazi ngumu sana. They have an extra job to do to take out that seller candle.
So for me the easiest way for the easiest way, like I always say, hakuna siku nitaienda kununua mbuzi nipate mbuzi inauzwa 6,000 niwaambie fanyeni hivi, hiyo mbuzi ikifika 8,000 9,000 mniite. There is no way. I always buy low. I want to get a discount. And since I'm very positive that we are looking at buys, and since we are looking at buys, since we reached this area, I'm looking for a discount. And the only time the discount will happen is what Ian you are drawing. So these once nimepata hii discount, ndio sasa nitakuja ndio nitaongeza buys zangu. So for now, for today, because of the SNR area that is very strong, this area is very strong. We look at it, and it never happened once, it happened twice actually. We are looking for some retracement, and this retracement will happen, will make this market go back to this range that we had experienced. But in case it breaches this area again, we will not be looking for any more buys. We'll be waiting to get a signal from the market, unless it breaches with a week, because we said sometimes the weeks do not count. We are in the business of milking the market to the end, because we always have opportunities over and over again. But for today, we'll be looking for a good retracement. So for me, this market is in a short term, a bearish market to this area.
Unaona venye unasema Juma, unaona venye unasema ati a short term bearish market. Actually unaona kitu kwenye unapea hapo hivyo inaitwa respect. We are respecting that candle on the 4 hour. Unajua that candle counter attack, actually it should be respected as it proves that there is a change in the flow direction of the market. Yes. Like the market flow of direction actually may change. So like to pay your respect and that support zone yako, we see how it goes. Like you see Monday to Friday, we see how the week goes.
Now you guys, we are saying this out of even some previous. You see, when we're doing analysis for the market, most of the time tunakonga tukiangalia some things that happened in the market. For example, look at this area, because I remember I was trading at this area. When it reached this point, ikafika SNR area, what happened? There was some sort of selling here. No, a good sell. but didn't mean that the market had changed direction. It had not. But you can see that the bears came in very strong to challenge this area. Juka unaona. So
Yeah, no.
this is from a lot of analysis, a lot of watching the market, that we can see these patterns happening over and over again. And that's why I keep saying that backtesting is very important. While it may look very boring, it is very important because it gives us these patterns and they stick into our minds so that next time when we look at the market, it becomes easy for us to notice these things. So that's where we are. We'll be looking for a short-term bearish market, but again, in the long run, for Eric, for example, as a swing trader, we'll be looking to make more higher highs. But let's watch out at that area, Eric. This area, the SNR area that we highlighted, because if it is not breached, then we will not be comfortable buying. But once it is breached, we'll be looking to make higher highs, even go to the higher point. For silver, again, silver pia ilibehave vile tulikuwa tunataka. This is a daily chart. This is what happened in the daily chart. You can see that on the last day of the week, we closed at a higher price, and that was in a daily candle. When you look at it in 4 hours, you can see that we were predicting that we'll be going upper. And we had highlighted that this is our first take profit, which happened. And in 1 hours, in 1 hour chart, we were expecting, if we breach this area, then we'll be looking for more higher highs. And that is what we are still looking at. We are still very positive on these markets, the silver against the dollar. So this is a retracement that we always say, once we make a higher high, once we breach this area and with a high volume, we will always experience some sort of retracement. So this retracement may come down up to this area, and then we'll be looking for higher highs. I don't know whether you can see any good candle formation, Ian, on this one.
So Juma.
Yes.
Let's see. This is what time frame? Weekly, 1 hour.
1 hour.
So why don't you wait for that retracement kwanza juu with the kind of candles tunapata huko juu? I don't want to buy at that area. I want to see the retracement first back into this consolidation area here.
Hivyo ndo nimesema actually. Hivyo ndo nimesema we must experience some retracement here, and once the retracement is done, na ndio nikapeana scenario ya we were looking at oil. Wakati the price is very high in the market, I do not want to buy. I always want a discount. So I'm waiting for my discount. So you are in discount maybe 20%, 30%. Me, I'm waiting for a good discount so that I can buy.
Well, let's look for going back into that range kwanza.
Yes.
Market tarudi kwa hiyo range for a while.
Yes.
Before we continue going up. The market, I hope the trend, the major trend is up. Yeah.
The major trend, you will look at it in 4 hours, for example.
If it's up, then so if you're trying to change that direction because of that fake out in ilikuwa hapo, hizo hands zilikuwa hapa.
Eburudi by the 1 hour. Hiyo 1 hour ndio ilikuwa the best. Unajua vitu kama silver, hizi ni vitu actually on the real market actually tangible. Ni watu Kenya wanafanyanga kazi nazo, manufacturers, ndio. So like unaweza pata like when this long candle Kenya ilifanyika hapo, actually inaonyesha kwamba hapo the bulls, unaona like the sellers walikuwa na push the market mdogo like over a lot of hours. Actually they are trying to push this market lower, but actually on just 1 hour hiyo volume yote Kenya sellers walikuwa nayo ilibreakiwa, and also ikateka out the previous resistance of that candle. Hapo unaona hiyo juma, si ndio? Then what happened again was a long, it was Kenya sasa unaona like after that bullish candle, the one ikatoka a bullish long lower shadow. Like this candle Kenya baada the candle after high volume kenye wali buyers walikuja na into the market. Actually what happened ni a bullish long lower shadow ikakam, so like nika hammer but the shadow is so long, so unaona
Yeah.
ndio, but it is still an hammer. The market hammered in. Kutoka hapo we made a candle kenye inaitwa high wave candle. Actually nitumanga tena kwa group ile Friday na ilikuwa Saturday. So that candle luko juu ni mbili kwanza. Baada ya hapo unaona the first one ilikam baada ya the hammer na kuona bullish candle. The first one came. So kama kawaida like this one inaonyesha kwamba there is a supply zone hapo juu. Like there's supply. Now actually it was the first signal kwamba the market actually might be changing the direction. Juu kitu ya kwanza ni hapo the bulls walikuwa na buy the market. Na wamekuja na volume nzuri sana. Wamepita support na wameenda juu. Wamepita resistance wamemake support na wameenda juu. So this time ukifika huko juu wakapatana the supply huko juu sasa like wame buy sana. This market was tuseme aje overbought. Like high wave candle inakwambia like the market actually imeoverbaiwa but the supply is so high, wacha to retrace kiasi alafu to come.
Yeah.
So this previous resistance actually ilikuwa a resistance zone for the previous 3 times ama. So kitu mimi nataka kuona actually silver ikihold that resistance, ikihold that support juu ilikuwa the previous resistance. So penye iko sahi actually tuangalie like how this is how it close, the next it close. Na actually I'm looking for it confirmed. Ikienda chini sana it comes to that lower shadow peke yake.
So
hapo ndio unaona the bulls rebounded hapo.
I think kuna watu wana float wenye wameingia leo. I think if you're floating utahitaji 2 more classes on this, but first things first, this is the guy who activated the buys in this in the 1 hour that you can see right now. This is the guy who activated the buys, and as long as we are holding above this guy, then it means he's still in control of the market. Are we together up to that point? So our area of interest right now is this area where the market is ranging. This consolidation area is our area of interest. And since we will breach this area to the higher side, then we can confirm that the bulls have it. But for now, because of the overbuying and the oversupply, overbuying that we're saying, then we are expecting some resistance, some retracement. And this retracement might happen even more than 50%. So we'll
that your retracement inaweza kuwa inaisha actually. This market was supposed to be a short-term retracement because we changed polarity with a very high volume, and the way we approach this area, it's saying a lot because let's wait for this 1 hour to close. Tuko kwa 15 minutes only. We are in for only 15 minutes in the hour.
Yeah.
So if this hour closes bullish, then our trend resume our prior trend yenye
sawa. Same thing na gold. Nataka tufunge hizi zote pamoja. Same setup na gold. You see gold imeform the same thing you're saying. Kuna buyers who activated the market down there.
The hammer actually inamaanisha kwamba when the market hammers in, tunaweza angalia like market ikisha hammer in inamaanisha kwamba kitu moja, market actually ile drop kwanza. Before it hammering in, actually there was selling pressure. Ndio.
Yeah.
The sellers wanna sell the market, ikifika pahali like the buyers wanasema what are you selling for? Ndio wanarudisha the market actually wana close the hammer.
Yeah.
So ndio hapo unasemanga mtu unapata like anasema okay the market hammered in.
So
tungoje support ikumiwe.
So tunangoja for that is for both silver and gold. For both silver and gold. Remember tulikuwa our first target was to breach this area, which we did, targeting this area.
Yeah.
So we are still hopeful that we can make up to this point, but for now but for now this is not the best time to make entries. And I know most of
Juma.
Yeah.
With this week nimesema leo kuna holiday, kuna bank holiday, isn't it? The first day of the month.
Kunayo.
So from we're not yet in the first day.
Maliza mwezi
yangu ishaisha msijali. So with the bank holiday today, meaning volume hakuna kwa market leo.
Yeah.
So the market might be sluggish, inaweza kuwa high move to any direction. So we might see no movement in the London session. But the New York session, maybe.
Kutakuwa na some movement here, but kidogo pia, low volume.
So today I'll be trying to keep off the markets. You never know.
Yeah.
You might praise your buy orders, and then tomorrow the banks open and they're like, easy buy orders zote. Market.
I know. Yeah, so guys, like we always say, it's very important to know what's happening and to look at the charts. Like we said, once we have high volume and there's some sort of resistance, then we will not risk this. We'll wait until we are given confirmation that this is the discount that we've given you and this is the lowest that we can go. So
unaona hizo nini corrective waves za gold venye zinatoshana
in 1 hour. Yeah,
hizo correction waves za gold venye zinatoshana. Like after the impulse hizo impulsive moves the gold, you can see how strong the corrective moves zinakuja. They are like so strong, you never know when they are gonna end.
Yes.
Unaweza dhani the market is going to change the direction with a corrective move, and then boom, an impulse happen and the market pushes higher. So unapata umetrapiwa. You thought the market was going to sell, you sold, and then it traps you, inaenda juu. Inakukreate account. Na hiyo ndio nimeona watu wana complain kwa group at Delive wananyonga watu. Delive wanalipa discipline.
Kwanza wanapenda hiyo sana.
They trap you in the market.
To run out of time, but as we said, so today we are looking for a lot of things that we're looking at. We'll be watching out for the London market. Will not be having any big impact, but the New York market might activate some of the analysis that we've traded today. But like we've said, it's still lazima tukue kwa market ndo to make pesa. Sometimes not trading is the best way. So for today,
actually kuangalia tu market peke yake ni trading.
So for today,
kufungua positions.
So today we'll be watching out. Once we get the confirmation of good price action, then we can decide whether to buy or sell. So we've run out of time.
Tutajua venye how the week is going.
Yeah, so
and remind walikumbusha ingia pale YouTube au chize analysis itakuwa
acha tuseme kindly please like, share, subscribe,
maze
au comment, usisahau comment wewe.
Maze comment na pia refer your friends. Waambie wakuje tufanye kitu pamoja. So guys, you guys have a good week and may the pips be with you.
May the pips be with you, Papa.
Thank you.
Open your parting shot.